A colorful smoke grenade, a walking cane with a hidden sword, a product that got a kid sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. These are just 3 of the craziest Amazon products I'm going to be testing today. My only goal is to decide if they should be legal or not. First is a flamethrower. Now, flamethrowers are outright illegal in many European countries, as well as the US state of Maryland, and that's because they're considered either a weapon or a destructive device. Luckily in California, which is where I am, flamethrowers can be used as long as they shoot flames under 10 feet. Now let's go test it out. Whoa! That's insane. It only shoots 6 feet. Woo! This thing is intense. I'm sweating bullets. The flames are so hot. Take the necessary safety precautions, but this should be legal everywhere. The next product is a lockpicking set. Lockpicking sets are illegal in 2 circumstances. First, if you have one in your possession and you intend to commit a crime. And second, if you use one to unlock someone's door and you don't have the owner's permission. Wow, look at all these tools. The only time I've ever picked a lock was in Skyrim. The manual says that this squiggly one is called a snake rake, and this is apparently a tension tool. Let's take these tools and see if it can actually unlock my front door. All right, door's locked. First, you gotta place the tension tool in the lock, just like this. Now jiggle the snake rake in here, just like that. The tension tool apparently holds the pins while you work away with another tool. Oh, you hear that? It worked. I can't believe it was that easy. These should be illegal unless you're a locksmith. Next is this mini bow and arrow. Some bow and arrows cannot be used out in public because they're considered projectiles. Bow is about the size of my hand, really heavy steel, and look at these arrows. These are metal arrow tips. Ooh, it's actually kind of sharp, but there's only one way to find out if this can do real damage. Let's see how much damage it does on this peach. Oh, look at that. That went pretty deep in there. I wasn't expecting it to pierce through this peach so easily, especially for how small it is. So let's try something harder. Now we're gonna test it on this cantaloupe. It didn't even go in there. Honestly, this thing is fun to shoot, but it didn't even pierce the cantaloupe, so I don't think it's that dangerous. I think it should be legal everywhere as long as you're using it safely. Next up is a license plate changer. It flips between 2 license plates. They're illegal in the state of Texas because people use them to evade police while drag racing. Let's go see how it works. So you connect this receiver into the power of your car, and then apparently this key fob here transmits a signal that changes your license plates instantly. So I guess you press this button and whoa, that's incredible. But the only reason I see people using this is to evade police. I think these should stay illegal. The next item is a police radio. Now, police radios are generally legal to use everywhere in the United States, except for Los Angeles, California, which is where I am. There's a unique law here that makes it illegal to listen to the Los Angeles police over a radio because they don't want people using it for criminal reasons. So in order to test this out, I'm gonna travel outside the city to listen to a different police department. I'm now outside LA City. Let's test it out.
Copy, notified.
I can hear everything that the police are saying right now. This is crazy. I could definitely see this being a bad idea if it gets in the wrong hands. This should be illegal everywhere. The good news is the products coming after this get even crazier. For this next product, I'm going to be testing the world's most powerful laser. Wow, this thing looks intense. It's supposed to go over 6,000 feet. Now, laser pointers are pretty cool, but did you know that in the United States, there's a federal law that makes it illegal to point one at an aircraft or at the flight path of an aircraft? There was actually a kid that was arrested for aiming a laser at a private plane and was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Oh man, look at this. This is so intense. It's a solid beam. I did not expect it to be this strong. It looks like it's straight out of a spy movie. This is pretty intense. Definitely keep it illegal to shine at airplanes. The next product is a go-kart with electric steering. Some go-karts cannot be driven on the street unless they're registered with the DMV, which means you have to make them street legal by installing certain mirrors, headlamps, turn signals, and a bunch of other stuff. Let's test it out to see how fast it goes. In order to really test out this go-kart, I'm gonna race it around the street in 1 minute. Helmet, check. Seatbelt, check. Socks, check. Engines on. This go-kart goes over 8 miles per hour and is highly recommended for kids over 8 years old. I'm cruising now. I'm almost at the finish line. This go-kart was incredible, but driving it on a public street is not a good idea. The next product is an outlet that has a spy camera in it. These would be illegal if you install them in someone else's home because at the very least, it's an invasion of privacy. I've actually never seen anything like this. It's insane how small this camera is. Literally, you cannot see it unless you know it's there and your face is this close to it. So it's got this little memory card that goes right into this slot. It's pretty crazy to think that someone could install this and you would have no idea that it's spying on you. If you put this over it, there's just no way that anyone is gonna know that there's a camera in here. Let's go install it and see if it works. First, remove the old outlet cover, then the electronics, then install the new one, and you're ready to start spying. All right, we got it installed. Now let's tap into the live feed. Okay, that's crazy. The fact that there's a little camera in there and it's being streamed directly to my phone is really creepy. These should say illegal if it's being used to spy on people. The next product is this walking cane with a hidden sword. Wait a second, this is plastic. Plus it's hollow. Well, I guess that's a good thing because in California, it's illegal to even own a cane with a real sword in it. But you know what? Let's test it out anyway. Let's see if it can cut this watermelon. Ah! This fake sword is pretty cool, but it's literally a toy and there's nothing illegal about it, so I guess it's okay to keep it that way. For this next product, we have another spy gadget. These are spy camera glasses. Depending on how you use them, it could be illegal. Like if you try to use them in a bathroom where people expect privacy. These spy glasses look pretty cool. They're not that heavy. The camera is hidden right here in the center of the glasses, so when you put them on, boom, I'm a spy. As you can see, the camera works. I don't think anyone would know that there's a camera in this, but it's kind of cool that you could walk around and film things that you see. So overall, these are pretty cool. I think they should stay legal, just as long as you don't use them where you're not supposed to. Next up is this muscle suit that has a realistic six-pack. There have been stories of people using muscle suits to trick people while on romantic dates, but muscle suits by themselves aren't illegal. This is wild. This thing is so heavy and the suit feels squishy. Let's see how realistic it is. Dang, look at this. I look so shredded, but it's so squishy. This thing is weird as heck, but I do look kind of good in it. I say keep it legal. Next are these colorful smoke grenades. They're classified as fireworks, which means that they're illegal in some states. The box has this warning label that they're flammable, you should be wearing eye protection, and should be at least 6 feet away while using it. All right, let's see what this is all about. Whoa. It's actually pretty heavy, and it's got this pin in it like an actual grenade would have that I guess you pull out. Let's head outside and test this out. First, put on your safety equipment.
All right, and then you pull the pin like this. Oh man, look at all that smoke, that's insane.
Pretty harmless overall. I think it should be legal everywhere. Next, we have instant underwear. It's just a weird product. It says, just add water, fits most adults. This is weird already. What is this? This is just some white thing that I guess becomes underwear. I'm supposed to put it in water apparently. Let's try it out and see what happens. Got my water right here. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Kind of feels like cotton. Let's see what happens. Seems to be loosening up a little bit. It's weird because it doesn't feel wet. Let's look at this underwear. Well, now we have instant underwear. This does not look like comfortable underwear, I can tell you that right now. Even though it's not illegal, it should be. Next is a flare gun. In most places, flare guns are legally available to everyone over the age of 18 because the law wants people to be able to use them if they need to be rescued. All right, let's check this thing out. Yep, looks like a flare gun. All right, let's find some flares and test this out. These are not toys. You only want to use these in an emergency situation. If you use it for a reason that's not an emergency, you could get into civil or criminal trouble. These should stay legal because you never know if you need them in case of an emergency. The next product we're going to be using is an extremely dangerous stethoscope. A stethoscope is a tool a doctor uses to listen to your heart or breathing. Why was this one illegal? Apparently a parent bought this toy stethoscope off of Amazon, but when her child went to use it, he got very sick. It turns out that this toy stethoscope is 70% lead-based. Lead stethoscopes should stay illegal. Next is a pair of Wolverine claws with really sharp blades. In the Wolverine movie, Wolverine can retract his claws into his hands. If these blades did the same thing, they'd be defined as a switchblade, which would be illegal to own in some US states. But it looks like these don't retract. They do feel really sharp though. I wonder if they could pierce a watermelon. Oh, look at that. Wow, these are really sharp. They should be illegal. I don't see really any purpose for them unless you're an X-Men. That was a lot of fun. If you want to see more products, click this video right here.